Hello, Aaron. I'm going to read through your paper and talk through, what am I going to talk through? Your paper. My ideas about it. Okay. Naval aviation, what it entails. Joining the United States Armed Forces has a wide variety of experiences one can get and places an individual can go. One's choice, of which branch they join is a major part of what they experience, along with whether they choose to enlist or obtain a commission as an officer. Either path can mean either brutal physical and mental training for weeks on end. Wait, so either path? Do you mean there's more than two paths, right? I mean, Army, Air Force, Coast Guard. And I don't think you mean that you'll have either brutal physical training or brutal mental training. Because I would say, whatever you join, it's going to be both, right? Okay. If one were to join the Navy as an officer, one career field option is naval aviation. Naval aviators, what most people know as Navy pilots. Being a Navy pilot is one of the jobs that gets much of the public's attention, like movies like Top Gun exemplify this. Oh, geez, is that the Navy? I don't even know. But yeah, like I told you, my grandpa was a Navy pilot, so that's why I know about it. It's my desire to become a naval aviator. This path is fully physically mentally. There are few paths to become a Navy pilot, but all of them have parts in common. According to Gallagher Bedessar, preferring to become a Navy pilot would have a stellar history of academics, knows history, even get accepted in the Navy pilot program. Period. Cool. But you set that up nicely, and then you explain it. All these characteristics are possessed by pilot candidates to some degree. The only thing I'll tell you is you don't need to have that second Bahadur, I guess it is, because you already told us you're quoting Bahadur. Okay, every pilot in the U.S. Navy is an officer. For those unfamiliar with the structure, the military is broken into two basic classes of personnel: enlisted and officer. Enlisted women go to the basic training in Great Lakes, Illinois for the Navy. After passing the boot camp, the candidate is not seen recruit in the U.S. Navy. The minimum education requirement for being enlisted is a high school diploma or GED. The salary for a seaman recruit is $19.43 per month. Yes, our military is wildly underpaid. Okay. I forgot what I was going to say. To be an officer, there are 3 ways to gain a commission: ROTC, OCS, and the Naval Academy. I guess my grandpa probably, since it was a war happening, things were probably different. Firstly, ROTC. This option is the one that I'm part of right now. ROTC is a program in which college students at civilian run universities are obtaining a bachelor's degree while taking a military class. After graduating, they receive a submission to the branch they selected the freshman year. Next is OCS. This option is for those who already have a bachelor's and are seeking to join the military. For the Navy, quote, officer candidate school, an intense 12-week crash military is held at blah, blah, blah. You'll become familiar with basic rules and regulations for the Navy, swim a great deal as part of an intensive physical conditioning program, and learn the basics of naval propulsion. Okay, this one didn't seem quite as smoothly set up. Okay, for the Navy, officer candidate school. Yeah, like what? For the Navy, people must go to, quote, officer candidate school. That would work. An extensive blah, 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 blah. This is the quickest way to get commission, but requires having a degree already. Finally, to get a commission, this feels like a new paragraph. Do we have new paragraphs for? You don't, but you could definitely have ROTC paragraph, OCS paragraph, Naval Academy paragraph. Sorry. Finally, to get commission, people can attend the United States Naval Academy located in Annapolis, Maryland. The USNA is a Department of Defense run. Yeah. Is there any time we would? No. I feel like any time you want to say university run or Department of Defense run, I think it always needs to be run. RUN. Okay. That awards a commission into the U.S. Navy or Marine Corps upon graduation. The acceptance rate of the U.S. is this. It puts the same level as Duke, Dartmouth, and Vanderbilt universities. Interesting. Where'd that come from, though? Seems like you need to tell where you got that info. At the USNA, midshipmen, what the students there are called, experience 4 years of intense military-focused education, both physically and academically, but at the end they receive a bachelor's degree and commission. Once the individual gets a commission from the Navy, into the Navy, they start as an ensign. The salary for an ensign is $3.12. Okay, blah, blah, blah. After commissioning, those who become naval aviators take a test. This is called the Aviation Selection Test Better, ASTB. This is a test of an aviator candidate's ability in the following categories: mathematics and verbal, medical commission, national space exam. If one passes, they undergo medical exam. So all of this stuff, like, I believe you, but you're not telling me where this information came from. And I need to know where it came from. Because I know it didn't come from just, like, your mind. I'm sure you don't have all this memorized. I mean, maybe you do, but you probably don't. If one passes, they undergo some medical exam. The normal officer's name that requires no worse than 20/40 vision. Yeah, that's why my dad didn't become a pilot. Also, he didn't want to. The Department of Defense allows personnel to correct their vision with a right certificate if passes the medical flight school. Navy Flight School is located in Pensacola, Florida. Yes, which is where my grandparents met when my grandpa was down there during World War II. Here, candidates will spend 6 weeks in pre-indoctrination. PI candidates are educated on how to use equipment to survive in the case the aircraft goes down over land and sea. Candidates also study after PI candidates are sent to NATO or aircraft prescriptive for primary flight training according to. Oh yeah, Corpus is where the. Is that where the aircraft carrier is? The old aircraft carrier? I've been there like a bunch of times. It might be in Galveston though. I always get them confused. Okay, sorry. According to the Navy Pilot's Career Guide, that's a nice way to set it up, yes. When you finish primary, you'll select the types of aircraft you'll select. Choices are blah, blah. Selection is determined by class rank and needs of service. The NAS candidates are sent to for primary. Wait, the NAS candidates are sent to for primary is determined by the type of aircraft they select. If the candidate selects jets, they'll go to. Okay. I think something went wrong there when you were. It's the candidates are sent to for primary. You can fix that. I don't know enough to tell you how to fix it. Once a candidate arrives at one of the 3 NAS, they begin advanced specialized training. Here, training on a specific airframe or aircraft commences. The Navy flies 24 different aircraft, ranging from fast-moving dogfighters like the FA-18 Super Hornet to early warning radar propeller planes like the E-2 Hawkeye. My dad would be so disappointed that if you showed me these planes, I would not be able to tell you what they are. Thank you. The path I want to go on is to fly jets, specifically the F-35 Lightning, which means also to NASA Marines start flying the Navy's training aircraft, the T-44 Ghost Hawk, eventually racking up over 100 hours of training flight time. Candidates will then earn their wings and become, well, first you're talking about you, and now we're back to candidates. So I feel like you need to choose one or the other. After that, the first place for any limited pilot goes, a fleet replenishment squadron, the FRS. Aviators learn how to fly specific aircraft. They will fly operationally. Once FRS is completed, aviators will hold their first fleet squadron, will theirs to the first real action. The journey to become a Navy pilot is long and difficult, but they're rewarding the end. After years of training and preparation, the moment it turns is a special moment. But once an aviator, forever an aviator. Well, I know that was true of my grandpa. He really did love to fly. And there's your works cited, and you've got your page numbers just right. Love it. Okay, so I feel like overall, I was concerned because I think I let you know that like your questions were too much about just the job, and so you wouldn't really learn anything. You'd just be kind of telling me stuff you already knew. But you went into a lot of details about stuff that I'm guessing you probably didn't already know because it was so specific. And what was the other thing I was going to say? So I would say that I did point out some places where your words just kind of got tangled up, or it seems like you said something you didn't quite mean to say. And hopefully the way I talk through it will help you figure out how to do that.